Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanios here. Welcome to episode number 14 of this edited Draft to Glory franchise mode series here on YouTube. We are still here with the live stream, but today we're going to be getting into the 2029 NHL Entry Draft. As we finished way higher up in the standings than last year, we had that point per game player in Vasiliev finally after like 5 years of not having a point per game player. We also finished just, unfortunately, outside of the bottom 10 in the league this year. So bottom 10 would be there. We're 22nd place. So we'll see how the lottery gods treat us this year. There's a very, very slim chance that we actually win a lottery, but let's advance and see how we do. So here we go, and we did not slide at all. The Vegas Golden Knights moved from 9 to 1, though. That is a crazy win for them. Of course, all those other teams between the 1 and 8 range all slide down 1, and we will pick at number 12. So a much different approach than previous years. You could have sworn you saw an Elite D at 22. You might be thinking a low Elite D. I think that's probably what you're thinking there, Vendetta. But yeah, bit of an interesting lottery, obviously just having one team slide way up the picks, but all those other teams should be super annoyed at the Vegas Golden Knights because they just pulled off highway robbery in the lottery, so they will get the top defenseman there, and they needed a right defenseman, so that is good for them. And all right, let's advance to retirees here. We will actually go take a look at the draft class first and just see what else is there. So yeah, obviously there's Matanen. That's the elite player that we probably will just miss on. Rory Culp wouldn't be a bad option for us either. So those are kind of the two-ish players we're looking at in that range. Afterwards, yeah, so you probably saw Franzen there, Vendetta. That's probably what you're thinking. Paul Boos would be my dream pick for a second rounder, but we probably won't get him. We might get Bremberg, unlikely there too, and then it'll probably be either Zaitsev or like Nichols or Lieb or I don't know, somebody along those lines. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously we won't know until we actually get into the draft and go to make our picks and stuff. Cappy did not turn out to be an elite defender, whereas Houston is guaranteed an low elite power forward, so not a bad option there. Lebedev as a 20-year-old doesn't look that bad, but there's a few gems in here. Buscenia slid way up to 71, so we likely won't get to pick him either. That's very frustrating yet again. But then there are other elite guys down here in Fucale. We'll probably take Hugo Fucale because if he can develop into something, then that would be amazing. And then we might want Shepard. I'm not certain that we're going to get a chance at him. But there is a Felipe Byers in here too that looks pretty good. Again, just ahead of where our picks are, so it's going to be almost impossible to pick everybody that we want. And then Logan Gore looks pretty good as a right D, so we'll probably take him with one of our later round picks. And then anybody else apart from that? Doesn't look like there's too many guys. Oh yes, Calder. So Harrison Calder looks pretty good. And anybody else? Oh yeah, there's another one there, Strudwick. We did see him too. Doesn't fit our system quite as well, but that's okay. And a couple top nines there. Schmidt looks okay. Ooh, medium elite and Saunders is way down, so we should be able to get Saunders with probably our 7th round pick. We'll have to wait and see. But Walensky, we just didn't really get a scouting report on, unfortunately, so that one kind of stinks because I was really hoping we'd get a better view. Ooh, actually, you know what? Milan Sekras looks like a very good pick too, so we will probably work backwards on our picks to kind of figure out where everybody else is going to get drafted. Omark is yet again there, but just doesn't really look like he's going to be anything super crazy or special. And, alright, another low elite in Kulikov, potentially. No guarantees, but potentially. And, alright, is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's the extent of our scouting. We're not going to take like an Ulbrecht who's a low 4 that far back, but yeah, that's what we're looking at this year. So let me just go to all the pin players I have, and then we can start to work backwards once we actually figure out where all our picks are going to be. So, yeah. But there are options. There are definitely options this year. Okay, so now that we're into retired players, I won't write those down, but we'll take a good hard look at this, and we'll see Malkin, Kopitar, Panarin. Panarin could have kept playing. He's 88 overall. That's crazy. Artemi, buddy, you just scored 91 points. What are you doing? Man, we never actually got a chance at Artemi Panarin. He was just always signed to his contract. That's tough because he would have been a great undrafted player to add to our potential repertoire of players on this team. But he calls it quits there at 1,203 points and multiple 1,000-plus point players, as Erik Karlsson eventually ended up in Edmonton. That's really funny. But yeah, there are all of your players for this retiree class. And then for goalies, Freddie Anderson, Semyon Varlamov, Robin Lehner, all 200-plus win goalies, so that's crazy. There's the best defense. Not a bad group. I believe at one point we had Troy Stetcher, didn't we? So yeah, that's another player that used to be on... Did he used to be on Halifax? I thought we had him on Halifax. I guess not. I could have sworn we had Troy Stetcher. Maybe that's my bad, I guess. But yeah, as far as other undrafted players go, like, we might have had a few older guys retire this year. Yeah, it looks like Lomberg, Calle Rosen. We lost Calle Rosen. He's been very good for us. And then Joe Snively, I'll call it quits there. Did we lose any goalies? We did not this year. Okay, perfect. So that's the retiree class there. A few big names. And all right, we head on to the draft here. So go figure, Ryan O'Reilly became a coach. That kind of makes sense. Doesn't look like we lost anybody to retirement for coaches, and that is all good with me. And we're just going to continue simulating here because we don't really need to do anything else. As far as our trade block goes, again, we cannot make trades, so it does not matter. And let's see, what did we get for growth? Ooh, yes, please. That looks very good. Oh. Tuzolino dropped to 84. Ouch. Ooh, that's not great. That's really not... To be fair, he got injured. Like, he did not have a good year. So Wade Tuzolino is going to need some propping up here as we head into the future. But hey, look at the top guys. We got some nice growth from the system this year. I am not complaining about that. It's just more so that we had certain guys really take a dip. Ooh, okay, Jorg Kurka, I see you there. 77 overall, nice. Actually, yeah, he had a big season. 42 points in 51 games in the DEL. Like, that's massive. So yeah, Kurka is going to be good very soon. I'm very excited for him. We'll have another defenseman to actually put in our team. As far as the goalies go, let's see, nothing super crazy. No insane shoot-ups in growth there, so that is what it is. All right. Yeah, we got those 3 franchise players, but Misa's also kind of snuck his way into that top 3 in rating. And then, yeah, big year for Vasilyev. Hopefully he'll continue to grow, as he is only 24, and DuPont being 85 rated at 20 is very nice. Belchetz, though, I'm surprised he didn't get a potential boost considering he just won an award. Yeah, and they don't even give you potential boosts for winning winning awards and stuff. So, you know what? It is what it is. But yeah, with pick 12, we're going to be picking, let's see, I'm trying to kind of mental math it out in my head here. So we're going to be 12, and then if we add 33 picks, it'll be 45, and then 78, and then 111. Yeah, we're gonna be in some weird spots this year for the draft compared to where we've drafted in the past. So, all right, we will start off this draft. The Vegas Golden Knights obviously will have the top pick. We're gonna be all the way back here at number 12, which it is what it is. But yeah, gonna be a little bit trickier this year to really land some top end talent, because we haven't, or not that we haven't, we just don't have picks in as prime positions as we have in the past. So there's our pick range. That's what we're going to be looking at here. And all right, I'm just going to let this kind of sit for a minute or two, and I'm going to plan out the pretty much entirety of the draft here, and we'll see how our picks are looking from there. So, all right, at pick 12, I mean, preferably we're going to get Matanen, but we'll have to wait and see. Calle Rosen came in and stole our hearts. Yes, that is very true. He was a very, very important player for our team over the years. So we're going to grab Saunders with our 6th round pick, I think. Medium elite player, we might as well. And then I think we're going to take Sekras with that other pick afterwards, like the 7th rounder. But Liga goalie, definitely a hybrid. He's big too, 6'3", 203 is a nice size for a goalie. And then we will take Milan Sekras with the last pick of the draft. He's probably going to be a low 6 knowing my luck, but a center / left wing sniper. He is tiny at 5'8", but 171 pounds and 18 years old. Doesn't look that bad, honestly. So, all right, for other picks that we're going to grab. I mean, obviously I would love Matanen. He's got C-rated skating, so that's not particularly great. Not exactly what we want, but we'll make it work, I guess. And then, let's see. We're definitely grabbing Fukale. He's going to be with pick number 78. Because, again, medium elite player. Could I check out Franzenmore? Yeah, we'll definitely look at Franzenmore. I just don't think we'll be able to draft him, unfortunately. Like, just where he is, he's at pick 34, which is just super tough. So, yeah, he looks okay. C- skating, though, isn't great. And he has the shoot and pinch, which is, like, not really fitting our system too well. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. All right, Camilleri goes first. He's an 80 rated right-handed D. We didn't really need him, so I'm not exactly like upset that we didn't get him or anything, but that's a good pick for the Vegas Golden Knights. And he was a right D out of the USA. I don't know. I don't actually know what range he was in. I think he was probably in the East. Actually, Camilleri, no, he was in the Central for sure. All right. Yeah, I'm not that I'm struggling on where we're going to pick players. It's just more so that we're just going to miss so many good players. That's what's kind of bugging me right now. I think we're going to take Rory Culp, probably. Because, yeah, I would love to get Paul Boos, but I don't think he's going to be on the board at 45. He's ranked at 39, so, yeah, he'll be gone by then. But yeah, I'm thinking Culp's probably going to be one of our picks for sure. The only reason I wouldn't want to take Culp is because there's going to be lots of D-men further back in this draft, and that's kind of the only thing that's making me hesitate, is that there aren't a whole lot of forwards. We're getting one forward there for sure in Fukale out of the queue, but he's again a two-way forward, and it's like, well, we have quite a few two-way forwards already, and then if he does grow and turn out to be an elite, then great, but at the same time, like, where are we going to put him in the team, right? That's kind of the thing. So we'll probably take Kyler Hewson with the 2nd round pick at 45. I think that's a good use of that pick. And he's probably going to be a power forward. I would love if he was a sniper somehow, but more than likely a power forward at that build and size. And 189.18. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so then we have these two other picks here at 111 and 144. 111 will probably be going with I'm thinking Logan Gore, probably. Maybe not. Maybe a lefty instead. Let's see. Are there any lefty? Not really. Okay, so out of all the D, I think we'll probably end up getting a Harrison Calder more than anybody else. Islanders take Grachev second, and man, he looks good. Yeah, Andrei Grachev's going to be a heck of a pick, so are going to be a heck of a player for the Islanders now that they've picked him. But yeah, looking at the rest of these guys in here, like Gaspard Parks doesn't really fit our system. Culp would be a good fit. I don't really want to take Teal when there's like other one-year ETA or like NHL ready guys on the board further back. I would almost rather pick Boos like way off the board, take him at 12. What do you guys think about that? Would it make sense to take Paul Boos as our 12th overall pick? Because he would probably just get thrown straight into the NHL. That's what I'm thinking. And I would take him over Franzen. I would take him over some of these other guys. And like, you know what, Zaitsev, I wish we could get him. We won't. Yes, go for Paul Boos way off the board. Like, I'm down. I don't have anything against doing that because he looks pretty good. Charles is saying yeah as well. Okay. I'm listening to you guys. Like, it's an idea, but yeah, that could work. I'm a little hesitant to take 4-year ETA medium top 4 defensemen in the second round because they just never seem to develop. Or yeah, we're taking Houston anyways, I guess, so that second round doesn't really matter. But you know what? I am totally down. I am totally down to take Paul Boos as our first overall pick. Call him Boozer. I think that's just a fabulous nickname. Plus, he would slot into kind of our middle 6 range, and he's big. He can shoot the puck. He's obviously a well-rounded player. He's got Vladimir Tarasenko comparisons. Like, yes, please. And I know it's not quite gonna be the pick that we wanted necessarily, but hey, if he's that big, he's 6'3", 200 pounds, 18 years old, like, yeah, I think he's gonna be good. Yeah, I just don't care for top 4D when you could get a great center now. Yeah, that's the thing, is we could get a great center now or like a great winger now, right? And while, what's his name up top there? Rory Culp. Yeah, well, Rory Culp looks good. We already have 2 really high-end right D-men. He would literally be playing a 5-6 role, and I think that's a waste of a pick on him because I think he would be better somewhere else. You could get a better player now. Yeah, player, not center. Yeah, exactly. Well, we might get an elite center, and you never know, but Cunningham goes 3rd, so no picks off the board yet, really, which is what I was expecting, but yeah. All right, Grachev goes 2nd. He was a KHL winger, and then Grant Cunningham, also a right D. Lots of right D in this draft. Like, that was this is a different draft than last year by far. But yeah, we got the lefty last year in Holloway, which was huge. And all right, I'm not stuck, but I'm just trying to pick who I want to pick at 111 and 144. Those are the 2 other picks that we have still. And I'm like, I don't really want Gore, even though he looks so... Actually, that's the thing, is like Logan Gore we could develop into a 5'6" D-man. He would be defensive, which if you have character and work ethic as strengths, then he's probably going to be okay. Busenius we're not going to get, unfortunately, as much as that type of elite goalie would be nice. We're just going to get Saunders later on instead, who's probably going to be almost the exact same rating. E-skating, he's useless. Yeah, and that's the thing, is we're not really going to find D- skating on Calder. Like, we're not going to find very good skating defensemen later on in the draft, but it's really more a matter of can we develop them into good skating defensemen, right? Like, that's kind of what it comes down to. And while they might not sim amazingly well, if they can put up block shots and things like that, like Vinny Desharnais can't skate very well, but he's still a force on our back end because of other things like shot blocking. So we just don't have a lot of other options besides Gore and Culp and like, or not Culp, but like Gore or Strudwick or guys like that. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, is that we got to take somebody here. We won't get Byers, unfortunately. He also can't skate very well at all. Calder's a little bit better, not much better, but yeah, we could go. Like, if I'm thinking it's probably going to be Calder will be pick 144, I'm thinking, but I would prefer a lefty there, and we just don't have one. Actually, let's let Columbus make their pick quickly here. Wyman's super good looking as far as the 2-way forward goes. These are all 80 rated guys off the bat. Like, geez. Calder looks usable. Yeah, he's an offensive defenseman at least, so he could be better. Let's just go view the potentials one more time in here, because I might be missing something. Okay, we got all the elites, like the high elite guys scouted. Omark, maybe, like, he could play lefty, but that's a risky pick. And then apart from that, how high can a player jump in potential, and how does it do that? Usually they jump kind of one potential at a time. I think the highest I've seen from year to year, they have to have an absolutely like ungodly season and jump by like 200 plus draft rankings from one year to the next. I've seen a couple players go from low 6 defenseman to low elite within 1 year, so that's 2 potential ratings up. And like, I haven't drafted them because I have my old like last season scouting report on them saying, oh, this guy's a low 6, and then he gets drafted and I'm like, what, he's low elite? What? Like, that wasn't what it said earlier, kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's the highest I've ever seen players jump in potential. Usually it's kind of like progressive, so they'll start at a medium elite, then they'll become a high elite if they have a couple really good seasons, and then maybe they'll become a medium franchise guy. Like, it does that more so. Sometimes guys like Levshunov in this series so far, sometimes guys will go from medium elite up to like low franchise, and it's like, I don't understand why they jump like that, but they do. So yeah, you saw the low franchise, you're like, wow. And exactly, like, I don't understand how that even happens, but it does sometimes, and you're just sitting there like, what? Why? Like, why are guys growing like this? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, the other thing that's kind of annoying with the low franchise potential too is sometimes guys will hit it early on. They'll hold low franchise right up until they're like 26 years old, and if they hit 27, then they become exact potential. So they'd just be an exact franchise defenseman at some point. But if that doesn't happen, then they'll hit 26 years old and drop to a low elite like that season, and then you're just sitting there like, great, now I just have an elite guy again. He's not franchise level like I thought he was. Paul Lindsay looks okay. We could take a top 9 guy with pick 111. I don't know if you guys are thinking the same there or not. Like, I don't know if we should take a top 9 forward. Like, it's okay potential, but again, these guys are going to take a while to grow. Like, Paul Lindsay would probably be the pick that we'd be looking at there, but we could go with Cam Lundin as well. But we are going to take another hold on a second. Pittsburgh just picked Blum 5th overall. Man, oh man, really? You're going to skip on Niskala even though he's fallen at least 2 picks. Hold on a second. Are we going to have some kind of crazy draft fall? We're not going to make it to 12, obviously, but like, hold on. There is something going on here. There's something strange going on here that I don't normally see. So, all right. I'm going to get these last 2 picks in on the board because I keep track of the top 5 with my spreadsheet. And Zachariah Wyman. Center out of, I guess they just didn't want a center, so, which is very strange because normally, well, actually, yeah, to be fair, Blum is that X Factor loaded guy that we were looking at going, oh, he looks really good. But yeah, Pittsburgh goes for him. But that's an interesting pick because they skipped on an elite. So let's see. Does he go next? No, he doesn't. Anderson's goes next. Man, he's going to fall to the LA Kings, isn't he? Yeah. Man, Niskala falls to 7th. What? That's crazy. St. Louis and Pittsburgh both just absolutely passed on a top-end elite center. That's crazy. All right, Ben is a 74. Okay, not bad. Ruchin was only 64. Yeesh, that's a bad pick. All right, and then Ali is 72. Hold on. How many players are left on the board now? Mattinen's next. But you know what? We could get Pat Archer as well. And he's a sniper. As much as I really like how Boost looks, I think we might have to go with Archer instead. If he's available there still. Because I think he's going to be. But what do you guys think? Do we go Archer over Boost, or do we go Boost way off the board? Watch him fall to 11. I wish, Vendetta. I wish. Because then if he had fallen to 11, we probably would have gotten Mattinen. But I get the feeling Arizona's going to grab Mattinen here. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Hold on a second. Let's call a timeout. All right. The questionnaire is in session, chat. We have a big decision on our hands here. Do we take Hannu Mattinen, who doesn't look all that particularly great apart from being medium elite, but his stats are okay, they're nothing insane. But do we take Hannu Mattinen, which we don't really need another elite center by any means. We definitely are in need of a sniper, because we hardly have any at all on our team. I don't know if we've drafted a sniper up to this point. Hold on, let me go look at the draft board for the last, let's see. No sniper in year 1, none in year 2, none in year 3, none in year 4, none in year 5. Yeah, we have not drafted a sniper yet. I think we're going to have to. Okay, chat, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Because we could take another medium elite, Hannu Mattinen, center, playmaker, medium elite, going to take 3 years to develop, whatever. Or we take a 1-year ETA guy that we can throw into the AHL immediately. He'll probably grow enough to make the NHL within a year. But then we risk that, a team like Tampa Bay or Detroit, good on centers. Your team Archer, he'll be sick in the NHL. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, is the name Archer as well is super cool. Like, what's his first name? Pat? Yeah, Pat Archer. Like, yeah, he could be really cool. And he's got Relentless already, meaning he has better opportunity to grow additional X factors. Obviously, he's not Paul Boos. And while Boos looks great, we don't need more left wing two-way forwards or just really any winger two-way forwards at this point. So, yeah, okay. All right. Everybody's saying Archer for the most part. I think that's the right decision with pick 12. Like, yes, we could get a potential steal in the future in Mattinen, but I'm with you guys. I think we need a sniper at this point. Even if he's going to slot in on, like, our third line, who cares? Like, we need a sniper. So, all right, let's go for it. Let's do it. We have to take him here. So we'll take Pat Archer. And then, actually, you know what? I'm going to put you guys in suspense, and I'm actually just going to take a break here for a couple minutes, and then we'll pick Pat Archer. But I've got a phone call coming in, so I will be right back. All right, we're back. I had to just troll you guys a little bit there because we were I had a phone call. It was my girlfriend. My girlfriend phoned me right in the middle of it, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that call quickly. So, all right, here we go. Pat Archer will become the first ever sniper drafted by the Newfoundland Growlers in year 6. Let's do it. We're passing up an elite center on the board, and Pat Archer's 75 rated. Nice. And he wears number 95. I like it. All right, he's going to be awesome. Oh, Nigel wants out. Okay, he followed me in when I... Oh, your claw's stuck in the bag. There you go. Okay, bye. But yeah, Pat Archer looks good. Yeah. This is the type of player we needed. We were very much lacking this type of player. And all right, does Matanen go? Does Matanen go? Yes, he does. And he's only 64 rated, so I think we made the right choice there, taking Archer. I'm quite happy with that. So beautiful, beautiful pick. That's exactly the type of pick that we needed. And yeah. But yeah, left wing and right wing sniper. That's literally perfect. Literally the perfect type of player. And he's big too. Yeah, I got zero complaints about that pick. That is for sure the pick we wanted to make, and we do get it done, fortunately. So, all right. Yeah, I was really worried that we weren't going to get Archer, but all right, let's go over to pick 45, and where's Paul Boos? There he is. So yeah, Paul Boos was 79 rated as far as he was NHL ready. We miss on Franz in there as well, which was kind of expected. But yeah, Paul Boos would have been a great pick too, apart from the fact that he's a two-way forward, and we just don't really need two-way forwards on our team anymore. Culp was 77 overall, so maybe a miss there. I don't really think so, because we have defense that are coming up the system and growing already. And all right, now that we're here at round 2, we could potentially look into some other pick besides Houston, because we do have a lot of power forwards too. Honestly, Justice Glass, that's an interesting name. He is 20, but he's also 2 years out. He's got A-rated puck skills. Not a bad option. A lot of these defensemen and players just cannot skate. So that's a bit of a negative option there, but I think we have to go with Houston. I know he's C- skating, but he's also a 3-year ETA low elite, and we've had low elites become medium elites before, so I think that has to be the pick. As much as we could take another sniper for the bottom half of the team, I just don't think we really need to. Like yes, Ezra Kovalchuk could be an option. Yeah, even Boost would have been right, but we'll take it. Real Divinity, back again. I went down to go get munchies. When am I streaming tomorrow, Mark? We're gonna do 9 a.m. again tomorrow, because I work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, we're gonna do 9 a.m. again, and that should be good. All right, are you guys all kind of set on? Are you guys all set with me on Houston? I think he's the right call. Again, a winger that can play both sides again. I think that's the right call. So, what do you guys think? Got to be ready for tomorrow. Awesome, yeah. Real Divinity. Sounds like you are getting all loaded up and ready to go. That's awesome. That's what we like to hear. All right. Because, yeah, we're not going to take Kovalchuk. I'm going to go with Kyler Houston here. I think that's the right pick. All right, we're going with Houston. And Houston is... Oh, he's a grinder. Ooh, that was unexpected. Okay, we'll take it. A bit of a different approach. I wasn't expecting a second-round grinder, but you know what? We can make it work. Kyler Houston looks okay, actually, so... All right, that's an interesting one, for sure. For sure. To find a job in Vancouver this year, yeah, I bet. My goodness. Jobs have just kind of been awkward to find in general this year. Like, I've been looking for a job too. Like, I'm obviously working, but I'm looking for a job as well. And yeah, it's been pretty slim pickings out there for new job opportunities. Glass was 68 rated. Ooh, okay, kind of a nice player there, but you know what? We are just fine passing up on him. I really don't. I'm not worried about it too much. We got a low elite grinder instead, so instead of a, what, 68 rated two-way forward. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. That's not really much of a difference. All right, so we're over to pick 78 now, and I'm not even going to hesitate on this pick. We're just going to go straight up and pick Hugo Fucale. Again, left wing, medium elite two-way forward. That's why we didn't take Boost. That's why we took Archer instead. But at 49 overall, not super spectacular, but we'll take it. That's 2 left-handed Canadians in a row there, which, you know, is what it is. Nothing crazy, nothing stupid either, though, necessarily. So, all right, and over to pick 111, which is now where it kind of comes down to spur-of-the-moment picks, because I don't know exactly who we're taking. I would have loved to have gotten Felipe Byers instead, but, you know, he wasn't really ever an option for us. And then, let's see, there was an elite goalie that must have gone off the board. Lyles was actually pretty good, 71 overall. Lockhart was only 52 rated, and then Shepard there was 58 rated. So, yeah, Shepard was a very nice pick there. All right. How do I have everyone scouted? Solo, go watch. There's like an hour and a bit long video on my channel. It's an NHL 24 scouting tutorial. I highly recommend you go watch it because it tells you all the exact techniques to get everybody scouted. It is tedious, but it's worth it at the end of the day when you can look at a draft like this and avoid what is probably 24 draft misses. So, yeah, I would highly recommend you go watch that. All right, I think for these next 2 picks, we're going to go, Calder is 19, so that's not amazing, but we'll still pick him. So we're going to go with Calder for sure. And then I do want to go with Logan Gore still, just because sometimes defensive defensemen can turn out. And we're going to do that over a starter because Saunders is going to be available later. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go with my gut here. I'm going to pick Gore. I have a good feeling about him. I don't know why, but I do. It's probably a mistaken feeling, but whatever. We are still pretty slim on defense as far as our prospects go, and all right, he's 50 overall as a defensive defenseman, so nothing crazy, but, you know, he's big at least, 6'2", 205. And at 18 years old, you know, that's really not the worst pick we've ever made, so we'll take it. I know it kind of went against what some of you guys had said, but, you know, the big Norwegian there looks okay, so. All right, over to pick number 144, and this is now where we'll take Calder. But let's see what we missed. Cam Lundin was okay, nothing crazy. Lindsay was okay, again, nothing crazy. And that 8 rating difference in a year is what hopefully we'll see, Gore make up, so it doesn't matter in the end anyways. But they still have to actually make it that far, so. All right, yeah, no, really not a lot there. We kind of knew everybody else that was getting picked in that range, and we didn't really want them. So yeah, now we'll take Harrison Calder. He is 19, so that is a slight difference from all our other picks so far. But playing in the dub, another right D, this time he's offensive. He's a little bit smaller, 6'1", 191 and 19. Let's take him. All right, Harrison Calder is 56 rated. Okay, not horrible. Not horrible at all. He's actually the 3rd highest rated player we've drafted today, so we will take it. And he's number 90, so that's an interesting one. All right, so on to 177. When am I streaming tomorrow? 9 a.m. So we will be right on time. That's going to be a bit different from today. Obviously, today was a bit of a crapshoot as to how it went. Strudwick was okay, 54 rated, so a little bit worse than Calder. But I'm okay with that. We didn't necessarily need both of those guys, as they're very similar builds. Ooh, there was an enforcer defenseman there, which you don't see too often. All right, and next up, we are going to take, we could take Schmid, we're definitely going with Saunders, because why wouldn't we? He looks amazing. And yeah, he's going to be good. I'm really excited for Saunders. He might be the future of the crease, honestly, in here. So, right-handed Canadian, then a left-handed Norwegian. All right, so Sawyer Saunders, welcome to the team. He turns out to be 47 rated, so the exact same rating that we drafted Caden Sanchez at. And Caden Sanchez we took in the second round. We get the same goalie, essentially. To be fair, Sanchez was also a Norwegian goalie, so interesting there as to how that's all kind of played out. But yeah, Saunders, number 33. I like that. Okay. But yeah, Sawyer Saunders we get in the 6th round. Might be one of our biggest draft steals if he develops properly. So we'll have to wait and see. And then for other picks in between Saunders and our final pick of the draft, let's see. Not a whole lot. Like, of course, a few top 9s here and there that we had seen. Schmidt, Lupul, yeah, like nobody that was really anywhere near that elite status of player. Hannu Ramo is going to be a great pick for whoever gets him. But for our final pick of the draft, we are going to take Milan Sekras, a left-handed Czech player out of Extraliga. And he is low elite, only 47 rated as well, but you know what? Getting a low elite in the 7th round is always a steal. So we will take it. What a draft that is. And he is a sniper as well, which is awesome. So if he can grow, then we're really going to have quite the player on our hands there. But yeah, we'll simulate out the rest of the draft here nice and quick. Apparently nobody wants a goalie. There we go. Ramo finally goes off the board. But man, oh man, like you look at the picks that we actually managed to snag here. Like before Fucali, we got Archer as a top 6 forward that's 75 rated. And then we got Kyler Hewson, sorry. We got Kyler Hewson as a low elite grinder. Which, you know, low elite grinders are always interesting ones because sometimes they just like progress super well and then other times they're just horrible. So we'll have to wait and see how he turns out. He's got 2-star skating, which is actually a good sign because usually it's just their puck skills that don't develop very well on grinders. Everything else can develop pretty well. So, and then yeah, of course there's Archer, who just looks fabulous. 4-star shooting, 3-star skating, 2.5-star puck skill, senses, defense, and then just 2-star physicality, but he's big, so that's not going to matter too much. So those are our first 2 picks, and then you can see the rest there down on the lower part of the board. We did just great. We did just fabulous in this draft. So yeah, we'll continue simulating ahead on these last few picks. There's not a whole lot left. Another top 9 and Silverthorn there goes. He's okay. Nothing crazy, obviously, but yeah, that's it for the draft pretty much. Like we just got a few more picks to go. Yeah, I see your Real Divinity. Glad you could stop in and watch some of the stream today. Love having you in the comment sections. And yeah, awesome. All right. So yeah, we're pretty much done this draft. The only other thing we might do is get to free agency and the re-sign phase and stuff in this episode. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're leaving off to. Ooh, Lycan's actually turned out pretty good. He was a sniper as well, but obviously not as good as Sekras because he's not low elite. So yeah, we got the only low elite of that round, as well as, you know, he can play the wing too, which is always a nice skill set. But we'll finish up the draft here with the last pick, and bottom 6 forward and Craig goes there. But there is our draft. We actually nail our picks considering that we were picking 12th in every single round there. So I'm quite happy with that. I hope you guys are as happy with that as I am, because that was a pretty good draft still, considering, like, all things considered. We could have gotten an elite in the first round, but I am much more happy with the players that we were able to acquire, and I think they are going to serve us a lot better heading into the future here. Okay, so we're locked and loaded there. That was a great draft. I think we really snagged some good players. And then, you know what? I do want to show you guys the progress reports too, because we did have some growth from players that we did expect, some players we didn't expect, and it's looking really good now all of a sudden. So, all right. Yeah, it looks like Tuzolino just really struggled from that injury that he had this year. And that's okay. You know what? It happens. Happens to the best of us. But yeah, Raimo Timonen is looking real good now. Delmore grew 0 ratings, which is kind of what we expected. To be fair, he is going to be just essentially a backup goalie his entire career. Pentakainen grew nicely, so he's up to a 78 overall now at 24. And I think really we're going to start to get to the point where we just start feeding all of our draft pick players that are high enough rated to, we just start feeding them to the NHL as far as, oh, you're 77 rated, you're only 2 ratings lower than some of our D-men, you're playing, kind of thing. Like, just stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking we're going to sign Pat Archer straight out of the draft, honestly. Like, we'll send him to the AHL for a year, but I think that's probably the right call, unless you guys think otherwise, but I don't see why we wouldn't. Like, he's looking good. He's one of the best draft picks we've had in a while that wasn't an elite player that just went immediately to the NHL kind of thing. So we get some decent growth there from guys like Castles, Engel, Gaudreau, Sanchez, the other Sanchez, Harvey Sanchez. Calder grew pretty nicely. Bobolev didn't really grow, which, you know, that's kind of expected. Swanson's up to a 59, so that's not bad. Of course, you know, we're going to give Swanson the crazy stash here in just a moment, but 67 points in 70 games, very solid stats there. Calder had 19 and they're both playing on Kelowna, funny enough. That's actually really cool. And then Saunders, yeah, obviously didn't grow at all. He didn't play any games, so he's got a good chance to really become something over the next season. And same thing with Fukale, as he didn't really play. Like, well, he did play, but he didn't play much. Which is okay. I've got nothing wrong with that. So, no games for Voinov. Yeah, he was in our system and just didn't really get the opportunity. And, alright, apart from that, Svitov, same thing. Yeah, alright, so that's the system. I don't know if what you guys are thinking about the system. If you think it's looking good, if you think it's could be better, like, let me know what you guys are thinking about our team in the comments below, obviously. So, but yeah, we're on to the off season. We've got, oh my god, a handful, more than a handful of scouts to re-sign, so this might become expensive here pretty quickly. I get the feeling, yeah, a lot of those scouts were top end scouts too, so they're more expensive than usual or what you would expect. But the bush is growing, I'm content. Fair enough, Vendetta. Yeah. We did give him playtime this year, so that definitely helped with his growth. But we do have some players to re-sign. We're going to try to hit an 8-year deal on Järvinen. But we got Michael Misa and Kari Teravainen coming up as the next kind of set of top players that we need to pay out. Levshunov's at an 87. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy where he's at. He had a great year this year. He's progressively gotten better and better. And, yeah, I've got nothing wrong at all with how he's played up to this point. So, all right, a whole bunch of guys there that essentially made up the bottom 6 of our team that are just not going to be there in the upcoming year or so, maybe 2. We'll see. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to try to sign Samu Pentakainen and Marko Järvinen to 8-year deals of like $1 million or so. Honestly, if we get Pentakainen for $900K, that would be fabulous. All right, we'll try that. And Järvinen wants like 1.5, not even 1.5. We'll go 1 point. Let's go 1.3. Give him the extra 75K. And I think if we do those 2 signings for sure, those are kind of the big ones coming up here, but the big ones, they're not even big contracts. So yeah, Marko Järvinen, 8 years at $1.3 million. That's great. And then Samu Pentakainen. Pentakainen had a heck of a year. And yeah, 900K for Pentakainen would be possibly the best contract we ever write. We are going to sign Jorg Kurka here because he's ready to go. I'm thinking we sign Archer too. What do you guys think? Do we sign Archer? Do we not? What's the chat's opinion? Do we sign Pat Archer straight out of the draft? I don't think it would be a bad idea. Kuiper did not grow. That is very unfortunate. I was really hoping he would take off as a third-round pick, and he has not. He has not at all. So, a little bit unfortunate there. I really don't think... Yes, all needs the... AHL needs the oomph. Yeah, I'm like, all needs the oomph. Everybody needs an oomph. Okay. Do we sign Sanchez? I'm thinking maybe not. He's low 4, so... Yeah, sign him to the AHL. That's okay. That's exactly what we're going to do. Pat Archer will be an AHL player to start the next season, and then we will go from there. So, all right. Let's start going just position by position kind of thing. Well, not position by position, but like we'll do the forwards, look at all of them, see how many players we have, where we need to sign more guys. So right now, we have our top 6 locked in, essentially, minus the Misa and Teravainen contracts, which will be coming up here to pretty much just start year 7. I'm going to predict Michael Misa gets the bigger contract. Just simply based on his performance up to this point, and he's slightly higher rated. To be fair, Teravainen got better year to year as well, so he should request a decent chunk of money, but obviously he didn't score 63 points either. So, alright, so those will be the other 2 big ones once those guys are locked in. But, let's see, what else did the chat say? Nothing else there yet. Okay, that is all good. But okay, so we have the top 6, and then we have all these other guys. So Timonen's number 7 for the forwards, and then we have Pentakainen could be 8, Järvinen 9. And then we're still missing depth. We still just don't quite have enough depth, but we could within a few years, or even 1 year, maybe. But yeah, I think for now we keep these other AHL guys up to 1-year contracts, just do a bunch of cap filler with them for this following season, and just call it a year, give them their payouts, and say thank you for all of your service for this team through all of the bad years of hockey that we've played. We appreciate you. That's why we're paying you out, kind of thing. So we'll go 1 year. Let's go $3 million for Barabanov. I know he's pretty disgruntled right now, so maybe the money will change his mind. Sherwood was actually okay this year. I did not mind what he was able to do there with 29 points. And alright, we'll get a bunch of these AHL guys signed up too. Not to like extensive deals, but just enough for like 1 year, $1 million kind of thing. And then they'll probably all retire within a season, so we'll wait and see. Savan, we're going to sign to 2 more years. That's fine. Iafallo, same thing. All right. And that's pretty much it for forwards. So, yeah, we do re-sign pretty much all the forwards. As far as the defensemen go, Sean Walker doesn't want to play for us, and I'm going to tell him, too bad, Sean, you're playing for 1 more year. Actually, he'll probably be our big payout guy. So we'll see what kind of money we have left over. As much as we want to sign, or Vinny wants to play with us still, I can't go on and continue to sign him year after year after year, even though he's been absolutely massive for us here as far as hits and shot blocks and all those things go. We can't re-sign him because he's not an undrafted free agent. So that's why we're going to do Dylan Coughlin instead. We'll do Igor Zamula. Zamula will go 2 years at 2.5. Nothing crazy or massive on those contracts because we just simply don't need to. We will sign Declan Carlisle, Connor Mackey, Darren Radish. Just get like all of those guys signed, and then of course we got Kirka. Like we have a lot of defensemen, we just don't have a lot of depth on the defense. They're all AHL level guys for the most part. So that's kind of our current situation. I am thinking this upcoming year we say goodbye to Kevin Lankinen, as he's now 34. To be fair, he only won 21 out of his 48 games, so that's actually pretty solid. Ralph Delmore, on the other hand, won 11 out of 29, which is a slightly better ratio, but I guess we'll keep Lankinen around for one more year, go $2 million for him. And then, of course, we'll do Barrett and Fanti, unless, do we have anybody expiring? We do not. Okay. Svitov will be the next guy we probably buy out. But yeah, we'll do Barrett for sure here. Sign him to at least one more year. And then, of course, Ryan Fanti for 2 more. So, there you have it. All right. That's pretty much it for the re-sign phase. Extend, not re-sign. Oh, sorry. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's an interesting call, Vendetta. We'll see what he's asking for, because if he's asking for like $7 million or even less than that, then I would absolutely sign him because he's already 88 rated. So, yeah. Are you saying though that like you're thinking we should maybe try to pull a offer sheet on him? Is that what you're saying? Because we could do that. I know Michael Misa was voted in by you guys over like Anton Frundell and a few other guys that maybe would have fit the system better, but you know what? If that's how you guys are feeling, we can do that. I don't really want to do that because I think our top 6 is pretty set already. I'm very happy with it. But yeah, I'm interested to hear what you guys think about, do we dare try to do an offer sheet on Michael Misa and just light him up, have him get like a 100-point season, and then have him asking for 10+ million and a team signs it and we get 4 first-round picks kind of thing. Like, I don't know what you guys are thinking on that. Usually that turns out to be the losing end of that whole situation, because usually if you're losing the 80-something plus rated player, you're not going to get draft picks that actually live up to that same status, more than likely. So, all right, we get a ton of players back. I think we got almost everybody. Okay, Coughlin actually rejected, so that was interesting. But we get pretty much everybody else apart from like 2 players, maybe 3 players. So, all right. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we'll release Vinny because we need to clear up the roster space. We'll sign Coughlin to a 2-year. You know what? He didn't want to sign before. Let's go 2 years at $3 million. And then we'll do Sean Walker, slap on a 1-year contract that's just a monster contract to keep him on the team. And it'll be like 18 mil. Something like that. Let's go 19 mil for 1 season for Sean Walker. If he doesn't accept that, then we're going to call him insane. And yeah, unfortunately, Rogers didn't really grow a whole lot this year. For a 2nd-round pick, I really had high hopes for him, and just hasn't really taken that step yet, so maybe we'll see that this upcoming year. We will have to, obviously, wait and see, but yeah, not looking super great there. All right. So let's advance one more day, and we should get pretty much all of our other scouts done and ready. Looks like it. All right, we get everybody. Perfect. All right, I think we're ready to go. All the way up to free agency, at least. Let's see who the pending free agents are. Yeah, okay. That's not a bad strategy there, Vendetta. I do like how you're thinking. The only thing that I worry about is that it is going to stunt his growth. Which, it might not. Nobody really knows, but... any undrafted guys? Ilya Mikheyev. That could be an interesting piece to add. That would actually probably make our team a lot more competitive than it currently is. We could sign Frank Vatrano, which did he play for us at all? He did not. Okay, so 2 options here. We got 23 million cap space, so I think we just slap on 1-year deals to Mikheyev and Vatrano, and roll with it. I mean, Trevor Moore definitely played for us, didn't he? No, he didn't. What? Okay, who did we... Oh, we got Lazat instead. That's why. Okay. So 3 options. For pretty good depth, too. Unfortunately, I don't think we have the roster space now that I'm looking at it. Actually, we might be able to clear up the roster space. Let's see what we can do. Because essentially what we could swap out is guys like Mathieu Olivier and like Ben Myers and like guys like that are guys that we could move out of the team in exchange for much better players. So I think that is going to be what we do. We'll just do like some very quick buyouts here. Hey, Joe. Hey, buddy. And yeah, we're just about done the stream here. So what we're going to do is we'll buy out some of our really low-end old players. So guys like Alex Iafallo, who's 67 rated after his last year. Hello, Nigel. What's going on? So yeah, we'll buy him out. He's going to cost us pretty much nothing. Oh, really? Really, really silly Billy. Come here. Come here. Alright, at some point Nigel will jump up here. But we'll buy, Iafallo out. I think we'll probably do Tyler Johnson as well, because he only put up 26 points in the AHL this last year. So yeah, we'll buy him out too. Hello. There is Nigel. I don't know if you guys might be able to see him. Not really, not quite. But Nigel. Oh, he needed some dad time. That's what's going on right now. If you guys are looking at the Boston shirt, it's because it's a Bobby Orr shirt, okay? I'm not a massive Bruins supporter or anything like that. It's simply because it's Bobby Orr. All right, so we are going to buy out Tyler Johnson, and then for the final one, we'll probably do Mathieu Olivier. And yeah, if we do him, then that should be good. Yeah, let's do Mathieu Olivier as our final buyout player. That'll probably allow for some additional movement and such in free agency here. Good jump, Nigel. All right, so yeah, we'll simulate up to free agency. We'll sign those 3 players as far as Mikheyev, Vatrano, and why didn't Kaylee Lowry renew? Huh? That's kind of unfortunate. I really want to sign some of these A-rated scouts. Graden's a B, B minus. Okay. Alright, we're going to go with Sylvain Dadano. And then, of course, on the trade block, we're going to take everybody off yet again because stop. But yeah, there's your values on the top players on our team. They're looking pretty good. And then we've got guys like Kuiper and Fukali coming up the system as well. Archer looks really nice. Järvenen's got that great contract for the next 8 seasons. Tiemanen's going to be really good soon too. I'm excited for it. So, all right, let's first off, what was the other thing I was going to do? Let's first off go and adjust the operations budget a little bit because we need more scout salary. So that should be good now. And then we'll go and deal with all the arena operations here in just a moment. But first things first, we're going to jump into free agency and make the... Oh, Logan Hensler became a free agent, really? Okay, Islanders, way to go. You pooched that one. Uh-oh. I may have just cleared up roster space for nothing. It sure looks like it's going to be the case right now. Oh, man. Okay, well... That is very unfortunate. I was really hoping we'd get at least one or two of those guys, but I guess not. All right, well, that kind of stinks. Yeah, okay. So not what we wanted to see was zero undrafted players that we were just looking at like 3 days before the re-sign phase. I guess we'll go with Logan O'Connor then. Drop him a 1 year, $20-something million deal. Maybe not quite 20, it'll be like 18. All right, and then... All right, that's our one contract filler. We should be good after that. And now that we're actually at free agency, let's go view these contracts. Heading out, Vendetta. All right, no worries. Have a good one. Glad you could stay for as much of the stream as you did. It was awesome to have you on. All right, Misa's going to be $8 million. Yeah, it's a little steep. It's a little bit steep. Versus Kari Teravainen as a second-line center at $5.5 million. That's going to be nice. That's going to be really nice. Okay, let's get the calculatrice out here. And, all right, bada bing, bada boom. All right, 0.85 times 0.475. Oh, excuse me. Should be a $4.6-something million deal. We're just going to go 5 on the dot for Kari Teravainen because he has been good up to this point. He hasn't been spectacular, but he has been more than good enough. So we'll go $5 million exactly for Kari Teravainen. If he signs that, fabulous. And then Michael Misa wants $8.3 million. It's a $7.055 million deal, meaning we can get him for $7.075. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think I'm going to sign that. I know Vendetta was saying, oh, play Misa on your second line for a bit, let his contract demands go down, but that's the thing is if he does well on the second line, his demands are still just going to go up more. Signing a $7 million deal for the next 8 years is like a Nick Suzuki type of deal. So we're doing it. And I have no issues at all with that. So, all right, those are the big name contracts that we're doing. Apart from that, yeah, we don't really have a need to do anything else. So, bada bing, bada boom. Exactly $12 million for our two centers. Like our top two centers. Yes, please. We are going to be able to build such a deep team in the near future because of how we're setting this up that it's going to be nice. What'd you say? Exactly. That's what I was thinking, Luminaire. Yeah, exactly. $7 million for the next 8 years. Michael Misa is going to surpass that 88 rating in no time. He's surrounded by great players. So, yeah, I've got no issues with that contract. I think we're going to be just fine with that one. So, all right, that is pretty much it as for what we're going to be doing in today's episode. In the next episode, we will advance a little bit further ahead and get more of the regular season going. Like we're at the point now with our team where we're starting to push for contending status. So it'll be interesting to see if we can actually do that, where we're going to end up, if our picks are going to be good, if we're going to have a bad season, things like that. And yeah, I think that is where we are going to be wrapping up this video and live stream. And it was a good year again. Like I'm very happy with how the team performed, where our players progressed to, which guys saw lots of growth. Of course, Tuzolino was kind of the one disappointment of the year, which really isn't that bad because we're only paying him $3.1 million right now, so it's going to be fine. But that is where we are going to leave it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. It really means the world to me for you guys to tune into this live stream and watch with me, or just watch me play the games, because it is making a massive difference for the channel and the views and everything. Like, the channel is growing because of these live streams, and it has been awesome to watch. So thank you guys all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next live stream at 9 a.m. tomorrow.